10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
All right, we're back with The League Has Spoken, episode 28. It's time to talk some chaos. We had a great episode this week, and amongst 3 days straight of moving, I don't know what day it is anymore, we thought what better way to lean into the chaos, Bree and I, than to have Mikey and Megan on, as well as Kyla. We get your full League hosts and contributors crew today. We have virtually no plan. My computer stopped working right before we recorded, so I'm doing this on a phone, which proves that all Greg had to do was turn it sideways, because I believe I'm showing up normal. So let's get into it. Like I said, we're back. Bree, fresh off of, I want to shout out Bree for learning this week how to uninstall and reinstall a Nest thermostat system.
I did do that.
Period.
All on her own.
Thank you.
Very impressive. And because we have to do this, I have just Jonathan left on my team. Bree, who do you have left on your team? Oh, that's right. No one. So let's go to your other host. Coming to you all the way from Georgia, the great state of one Rick Devens, is Kyla.
That's right. That's why I'm wearing this hat. It's a Devers episode.
Yes. And who do you have left on your team, Kyla?
No one in
Also
reality,
no one.
but Devers in spirit.
Devers in spirit. And
I'm on exile.
Oh, yes, you're on Exile Island. And as stated, one of your... Sorry, something's touching my foot, and I don't know where anything is in this apartment. Joining us, we basically hired and employed her all weekend, is Megan.
Hello.
Someone who has touched all of our clothes today.
Put away everything today.
Virtually every piece of clothing we have. And if that's not true friendship, I don't know what is. Someone who did not help us move, Mikey's back.
Oh, rude.
I don't normally do this many intros. I ran out of things to say.
I will say you low-key can blame Paul and Dee, aka our parents, because I did actually offer to come to Connecticut this weekend.
Yes, no, you did.
I did make an offer. Not necessarily directly to Bree and Pat, but I made an offer to come home this weekend because I won't be home.
He thought about it in the shower one night. He was like, I could go.
Well, I won't be home next weekend for Mother's Day, so I was going to come to Connecticut to go see my mother and then also be a good friend and help. And my parents were like, no, we'll come to you. And I was like, all right, well,
I don't have to move then. That's fine.
After all the smack talk, Pat, you better be opening up Pat's moving service and helping move everyone else in the Survivor League. Because...
and we didn't do this yet either. But Megan, who do you have left on your team? I actually don't know.
At the start of this episode, yeah. I have Ozzy and Stephanie.
Oof.
Yeah.
That means, everyone, Mikey has the most people on his tribe left.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you have? You have Ozzy and who?
I have Ozzy and the greatest Survivor player of all time, Tiff.
Okay, well let's not
my gosh.
let's not lose our goddamn minds. She's pretty good, and I have publicly said I'm wrong about her. I will admit that. Best of all time. Okay. Sorry, if you see my hands too close to your screens, I'm trying to get back into this computer still.
Your creepy little fingers.
My stubby little fingers.
It's a nice little spirit hand.
This is going to be our 3D episode, like Spy Kids 3D.
There you go.
It's the League of Spoken 3D, and every so often I'm just going to just come right at you. This looks insane on my phone, by the way, because I can't be in gallery view like the rest of you. All right, so let's get into this episode. Spoilers start now. All right, who wants to kick us off? Because I'm on my phone, I can't look at my notes again.
I could do beach.
Okay, please do.
All right, so we get back to the beach after who was voted out last week?
Christian.
Christian. Yes, guys, I lost Christian on my team. So we get back to the beach after the Christian vote, and this is when I got a little nervous because Ozzy came back pretty cocky. You know, he came back and he was like, well, everything went as expected, you know, like, oh, well, Devins, Mr. Backstabby McDevins, you voted me out. You don't have an idol, man. And he was really going in on everyone. He went in on Devins for voting for him. He went in on Emily. Everyone was kind of like figured out that Devins' idol is fake because they're like, oh, you didn't play an idol, man. I guess that was fake. You know, you just lie about everything. And
what did he call it? He called it something. The idol. Does anyone remember? He said something.
Oh, that was the next day. That was the next day.
Yes, the next morning.
When he comes clean.
Yes. But yes. So really, honestly, beach was also super short, I felt like. Like all I really took away from that was I was more nervous because to me, the episode was setting it up as Ozzy's being really cocky, and I was like, this can't be good. This means that
did you feel like that the whole episode?
People are coming for Ozzy.
Because Bree and I have a different reaction. Did you feel like that the whole episode?
I literally, after that, I wrote down, the first thing I wrote down was, I'm scared. Ozzy is getting really cocky. And I was like, they're setting up the episode for him to go home. And I don't want that to happen.
Really?
So
See, I saw Devers as the target at the beach.
Same.
Okay.
And I also just got off of watching Devers' first season where he literally either has an immunity idol or wins immunity challenges
and just
save his butt. And he goes on a whole rampage here about how they actually messed up by letting me know I'm on the bottom because I play my best on the bottom.
I see.
It's so funny too because I do think that like Devins, although he presented himself on the bottom, Emily like presented as more of a easier vote of the middles because she also voted for Ozzy. And at that point, Tiff, Suri were already pissed that Emily threw Ozzy's name out, and then they were going to be even more pissed that she followed through on it. So I was like, oh, but Emily decides to just be the arrogant one. Is like, this is the first time I've never been on the majority side of a vote.
Oh,
and I was like,
that can't be true. Surely that cannot be true.
There's no way, but if it is true, that's crazy.
Did she make it to final tribal in her season? I didn't watch her season.
No, she was top 5.
Okay, so she got voted out.
She went you're right.
She didn't do decent.
The times that other than the times that she herself.
Hold on. We're making a transition here.
Live during the recording?
Love this.
My computer's back and it gave me.
Oh, chaos in itself.
Hostless.
Hello?
Whoa! That was a magic trick.
You know where I am?
Hey.
I was gonna say just Jeff with an overview over voice would have been fine.
That's fine.
Very Wizard of Oz, if you will.
I did feel it.
Yes.
Yes. That's what I was going for.
That's
you
Jeff
know
with
you
can
GEO. Switch your Zoom from your iPhone to your fiance's 2012 MacBook Pro with the click of a button.
Beautiful.
Something new every day.
Anyway, where were we? Sorry, I cut someone off.
I
think we're pretty much.
And I have my notes.
Yeah, like I said, beach was super short. There was really not much. I was just like you said, it really sets us up for Devins is at the bottom. And like I said, I feel like they were doing some stuff with Ozzy because they were making him seem a little cocky. So
okay, then this is before we get to Bria's favorite part of every season, and understandably so. I wrote down that Aubrey looks like a skeleton here, and I can't believe you all have not brought her up because Bri and I were convinced Aubrey was going home tonight. And here's
Really?
why. When we get to the next segment, she says the title immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And in the next segment, which is the auction, which we'll get to, there's like 8 minutes of her being like, I'm crazy, look at me, and just like she's eating up a lot of screen time. And Bri and I were both like, oh, she's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so let's get to that. Let's go to the auction. I do not have a title card.
Wait, before we go auction, that was before they leave to go to the auction. That's when Devins does come clean.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
it's the next morning? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Go ahead, Mikey.
Yes.
No, well, I was going to let Bri hop on it if she wanted to. Or wait, did you remember what the idol was called?
I was asking in true sincerity.
He like has his
Pocket
little
square.
Yeah, he has his little devil and angel. He's like, should I tell them? Should I not? What do I do? He comes clean and he like shows them, oh, this was from the Billie Eilish boomerang idol from that Christian had. I used it to wrap up a pocket square. And meanwhile, everyone who has been crapping on people for playing, oh, you're a bunch of liars. Everyone's like, wow, what a move. Wow, that was so smart. Wow. Meanwhile, 2 episodes ago, you're literally being like, you can't win this game by being dishonest and lying to everyone. Meanwhile, everyone's like, that was genius. Like, no duh.
Except for Joe.
Correct.
Joe's confessional, he was not pleased.
No.
Yeah.
This whole episode, you just need to watch for Joe's reaction whenever Devins did anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but not me like actually believing him for a second, even though I know it's fake. I was like, ooh, pocket square idol. I remember having this like thought for a second and being like, what celebrity loves pocket squares? Like,
no, yeah, didn't get me.
But yeah, then they just hop in immediately to the next part of the episode.
Yeah. So we go to the auction. I love the auction. Overall,
the auction.
Can we get everyone's overall score on the auction? Like everyone's
10
feeling.
Out of 10.
This one specifically, I thought this was the best auction I've seen, certainly in a long time. I don't claim to have seen them all.
I would agree. I would say it was the best one.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
It's always my favorite of every time. Yes. And as I think they didn't say this on the episode, but as we all know, the auction was a pinnacle part of all the early Survivor seasons. And then after season 30, they kind of got rid of the auction. There was a dry spell for like years. And then they brought it back. I want to say
45?
45?
Late 40s, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was
45. Emily did it.
It was Emily, yeah.
Yes. So it was crazy that a lot of these players haven't been in auctions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was only Emily, Suri, and Ozzy, I think.
Yeah, which is wild.
Yeah.
And we verify that by getting a great mini recap of the auctions, including when Eric licks Suri's fingers, which, if you've seen that season, was pretty symbolic of how that ended up going.
How it ended for Eric.
Yeah. So some ground rules before we get into it. So there's the no sharing, or sharing of money is allowed. There will be no risking a vote, which is fine. And they say you can keep the money, but every item, which is also not true, but most items, that's also not true. Some of the items are going to come with a side of potential chaos, or potentially or comfort, or both.
So here's one thing I'll just say. I wish that there was a component to this where each item had all 3 options and they rolled the dice and it was like comfort, chaos, or both.
I was wondering when they were going to start leaving something to chance, because nothing, like there was a couple of times where it was chance, but it was always 50-50. So I agree with you, Bri. I think there should have been or like you said, how it was like an option of maybe nothing. Like you rolled the dice and you're like, oh, just kidding.
You paid $200 for nothing.
Exactly. Right. It's like you just like pissed away money. Right?
Yeah,
like something to give it an extra, because while I feel like it was nice.
Write this down.
For someone who like was watching and I was like, oh, I feel like they're more at ease, that there's no like disadvantages, or like no one's intentionally saving up for an idol, or like, you know what I mean, to like steal a vote, some kind of advantage. There like wasn't enough at stake for them to like go hard. You know what I mean? Like I thought it was very laid back for an auction.
I also really like when they punish whoever has the most money at the end.
Yeah.
Because I don't like these
Yes.
people that's sitting around. And I know we're probably going to talk about it, but I just don't like these people sitting around. It's
I agree.
No.
I agree. So how do you want to, Bree, I'll let you make the decision here because you love the auction. And
Well,
you get first dibs on all of these items. Do you want me
We've
to read
got-
through all of them? You want to go item by item?
yeah, let's go. I'm going to popcorn item by item. So
Okay.
I'll go and then I'll popcorn and someone else can talk about their feelings on one of the items. But jump in if you have big thoughts. I will just start by saying Aubrey continues the chaos with when she's asking how many items they're going to be or when they're going to stop. Like Jeff has to give her a little stern warning at the beginning.
got
like,
sassy.
what? And as Sari would say, have several seats.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell
Jeff
you.
was upset. He said,
Stop
I'm not
talking.
off my game.
So we kick off the auction's first item with, honestly, the best, because I can't think of a single thing better than a French fry in the world. French fries and onion rings, it's like, like so
Correct.
good. Of course, our boy
And that goes to
Devers
Devins.
gets
right?
it. And I was waiting to see a scroll in the French fries. I'm not going to lie. I was hoping for that scroll in the French fry.
I know.
Something.
Or
like in the
nothing.
dipping sauce.
With all of these, I wonder if there was stuff there and they just didn't find it.
Could
That
have
would
been.
be crazy.
Maybe.
But usually
it's
when that
possible.
happens, like with
They
the idols,
zoom into
they
it.
zoom in, so we know that they're having a moment.
Yeah, but if they miss some, I'm just saying, if they miss something, would they be like, would we let them know that we did that?
Yeah.
Or we just
All right.
reincorporate I don't know.
Popcorn. Kyla. Next item is Emily's milkshake.
Emily buys a milkshake. Oh.
Yeah. Well,
What do
I
you
don't know.
want to
Let's
say
talk
about
about it.
that? There's nothing to say. It's a milkshake.
No,
I
she
mean,
had an
I
electric.
could keep going where the
She had an
best
electric
part comes
quote.
next. Does
I
she?
just don't understand why we're
Yes, she did.
Emily had an electric quote with that. Megan, do you want to share it?
Well, I
It's
was
chocolatey.
thinking it when she drank it, then she looked at Ozzy and she was like, I'm gonna poop my brains out later. Like, yeah, you are. You haven't eaten
I
in
didn't
days.
hear
and
her
you're
say
just
that.
drinking a
Oh, no.
milkshake?
I was waiting
it's-
for him to be like, it's a milkshake, but it's fish eyes. But
Oh.
yes, no chaos yet. I was like, you promised chaos, and I was like,
Yeah.
so far,
You-
none.
They were
Listen,
very
that's
kind. They were
chaotic.
very, but yeah, chaotic enough that on an empty stomach, here's all dairy girl. Have fun. Like
No.
that ocean's not going to be doing well later on today.
Turning to Christian. Jonathan,
Okay.
next. Are we still popcorning? I don't understand the mechanic.
Well,
Do the
that's
breakdown
okay.
alert.
Breeze,
I
Breeze,
don't understand what we're doing.
Breeze go.
You okay?
I'm not. Here. I'm
You know what? I can get loud too. What the f? I can get loud too. I don't want to. Oh, you know why I'm crying? It's probably the nicotine withdrawal.
I crack open a coconut and they didn't cheer for me.
I came and apologized to you. You never
Over
apologized
and
to
over
Brenda.
again. You are
That's
one
what I
pathetic
thought.
individual.
You're pathetic. You're a little...
You are pathetic.
Hey, shut your mouth.
You
Shut
can't
your
shut
mouth.
my mouth.
I'm tired of you talking. You've been talking.
Don't walk this
I'm
way.
mad at myself. I'm mad at him. If this is what you wanted, if you wanted to end my story so soon, you shouldn't have put me on Survivor in the first place.
Is to
whole
read off an
episode.
You went,
item.
I'm going to
Chaos.
popcorn. No. My turn. You said, I'm going to popcorn Kyla. Emily had a milkshake. Tell us what the next item is.
She's
I think
not
we should
okay.
move on to the snack tray because there's a good quote in here.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Go ahead and popcorn. It's your turn to popcorn. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, I know Megan's gonna know the quote.
Okay, so next we have a snack tray. So we got some crackers, some carrots, some hummus, some just a nice veggie
Elite.
platter. if you
Celery.
will.
Elite.
Yeah. So Jonathan bets on this one and gets this one, which are we surprised Jonathan was super excited to eat some carrots and hummus? Like, no. And this is when we get our great quote from our girl Tiff. I don't want no carrots.
it was a callback to
Tip.
Sophie Segretti.
Yes.
I don't want
Like,
no
give me
carrot.
some chocolate.
She was right too.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a goddamn carrot.
Then we finally
Alright,
get
go-
chaos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm
go
gonna
ahead,
start
Pat.
moving us along because we cannot do this all night. We still have an immunity challenge and whatever happens in Scramble and whatever happens at Tribal. No, we can't do this. This
Okay,
is not gonna
popcorn
work.
to you. Talk
All
about
right.
the mystery item.
I'm gonna keep going. Aubrey then bets on a mystery shared item. She chooses Rizzo of all
Weird.
people. I don't know why they haven't spoken to each other this whole season.
Correct.
And then it's gonna be comfort if one or both does the chaos in 2 minutes or under, which is when Aubrey screams, "I'm a psycho," and then pounds two grubs
Massive.
gleefully. I don't even know if a Sans thing dropped in the hourglass. She was too excited. So
She's running around
in fact, I
dancing.
think she's
She
like,
ran
when
and
can I
showed
start?
people
Can I do it
her-
now?
Literally chewed it in front of everyone, ran it up to them and threw it in her mouth. Like, gross.
This is I think when she said the episode title.
Mm.
All right, I will play along. Popcorn, Mikey, what's the next item?
Suri spends $200 on a blanket.
Queen.
I give her so much credit because Suri literally, when she saw an item she liked, granted everyone, $500 was their cap. She put down 2/5 of her money on a singular blanket. So Suri clearly is
Worth
going
it.
cold at night. But there wasn't even another number thrown out. The bidding hadn't even started. Suri said 200 sold. Then we're gonna go into our next one, which whatever. But I'll give it to Megan for this one.
Yeah, this one we just have a little grilled cheese. Steph gets this one. I honestly don't remember how much she bid for it, but
$260.
Oh my God, really?
Wasn't
I
it?
love grilled
Yeah.
cheese. I'd pay $260 right
That's
now
steep.
for grilled cheese.
I think that was a bad choice.
Anyone see how bad the ratio was from bread to cheese on the grilled cheese?
Yeah.
No.
Dad, give me more cheese.
It was so bready. I was like, girl,
Yeah.
that is not gonna
No
go.
more
Like,
cheese. No.
All right. Then we have the toothpaste and mouthwash for Suri. Thumbs up. For me.
Underrated item. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
in this case, it was a very overrated item for Suri. We'll talk about that later. Why this actually did nothing
She
for
gets to
her.
keep it for the whole auction, though, I think.
True.
I hope.
I hope so because
did.
she needed it.
Correct.
Then we have a 2-person mystery item with
Turd
Jonathan,
time.
who chooses what?
It's turd time.
Jonathan chooses Ozzy and eats a turd. And if you didn't watch the episode, that's what happens.
It's actually a sea
it's a
slug, and I like
boiled
how
boiled sea slug.
boiled. He's like, it's been boiled. What's the problem?
Also, I thought
It's
this
the
one was
worst
so
way to cook
funny
anything.
because of the fact that in order for Ozzy, like, it was supposed to be there's a one good side and one bad side, but in order for the good side to get the good, the bad had to do the bad. And Jonathan's the one that bought it. And he still ate this sea slug for Ozzy. I'm wondering when he's going to be like, dude, I ate this literal boiled piece of poop for you.
They were talking a lot this episode. They talked earlier at the beach about Devers and Emily being the next targets. There's something happening there.
I thought it was very strange that Jonathan picked him to begin with, and then he followed through on it. So I was very confused.
It came down to the last second, too.
Yep.
All right.
And
what's
immediately.
next?
All right. Then,
Wait, did we say what Ozzy got from that?
Ozzy got fried chicken and mashed potatoes, and
And a Diet
Joe
Coke.
is freaking out in a crisp DC.
It looks good.
And
Jonathan pukes, I think, too, after that.
He did.
Yep.
Well, yeah, because Joe
I
and
hope he
Suri are like mimicking gagging sounds, not helping
they
the
are.
poor man out in the slightest. They're like "Whoop, whoop,"
Hardcore.
the whole time. So Jonathan's just like ready to vomit. Well, the poor guy set him up for failure.
Yeah.
And then our girl Suri comes back, gets some charcuterie.
The better
Which is
version
not
of
different
the
than
veggie
Jonathan's
tray.
board
That's
either.
right.
For 180.
That's the
10 out of
fun
10.
version of the veggie tray. And then she has a tough time. Are we going to save that for another part of the segment? Talking about
No,
It
you
doesn't
just
need
bring
to
it
do
up.
it now. She goes to
pukes
throw
her
up.
brains out. She says, "You know what, Jeff?" And this really, this is the girl of my own heart, because that's what I would say. So, you know what? I'm gonna go puke, and I'll be right back to finish this charcuterie board.
She looked at everyone. She said, "I need to go be sick," and they were like, "Oh, really? Like right now?" She said, "Yep." Walks off camera, projectiles.
And then Steph tried to buy the rest of her charcuterie board. Steph was like, "Can I buy what she didn't eat?"
She said,
Sorry.
"I'll be back for it."
I'll be
Suri
back
was
for
like,
it.
"No, I'm gonna eat it when I come back."
And Suri said, no, I'm going to come back for it. And she did.
And she
Literally
did.
since, granted, the mouthwash and toothpaste hopefully was still there because
Still
that
available.
was really a waste.
Yeah.
Poor
And
woman.
then we get something that is
The least
questionable.
Rizzo meal ever.
Yeah, 2 chicken breasts and a protein shake.
Such
Now,
a Joe,
the boy
Joe
does
meal.
need it.
why
The
didn't
boy-
Jonathan get this?
I think this was actually a production style of we need to actually feed
It was an
Rizzo before.
intervention.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
do think it was intervention
Maybe.
because the kid hadn't eaten in so long that they were like, we have to like get something in his body
Mhm.
because
They
that
had-
just seems so not,
they
like
had the whole cake there, and they just said, "We'll just move that
Right.
back one in line, and we'll give Brad."
right.
There you go.
They were like, this kid actually needs sustenance. Please help.
Which brings us to the next item, which is Ozzy taking home a whole cake. What flavor do we think it was?
Chocolate.
I almost thought it was
chocolate.
cheesecake.
It looked like
No.
it was like a coconut
No.
vanilla.
Yeah, it was
thing.
light. It was a light
It's
cake.
not chocolate.
I remember a chocolate cake.
No,
You're
he had
thinking of
frosted
Eric
flakes in his beard.
and the
'Cause remember
fingers.
he just went like face first.
I'm still thinking of Eric licking
And the
Suri's fingers. Forget the challenge gift of the week later. We should just have a running loop in the because we have 3 and 2 on everyone's
Yeah.
screen. We should fill the blank space with just a running loop
Just
of
right.
Eric.
Left
Okay,
Suri.
then the next item is questionable to me because who gives half of a peanut butter and jelly?
Yeah.
Effed up.
That's already the smallest sandwich. A first grader has that, and you're going to give Jonathan
get rid of
that?
the other half.
The ratio was also bad. It was these
Mhm.
thick slices of bread. I don't know who
Mikey, your
is
senior
shoving it up.
sandwich correspondent.
I'm
I'm
going to be adamant on this, and if Matt ever watches a Survivor pod, this would need to be the one because he would agree. The bread ratio is way too thick for the amount of center that they're giving these poor people, and that's what everyone likes
my
about a
man-
PB&J.
My man is the biggest physical person to ever play Survivor, maybe, and he got a boiled turd and half a PB&J.
That PB&J was
And
gone in
hummus
3
plate.
bites.
Oh yeah, and hummus. Yeah.
3 bites,
Film.
that PB&J. I mean, he was like gone.
Yep. And then we get another fantastic item. Aubrey, the psycho, gets mac and cheese. We
To
love
wash your
Mhm.
grubs
who
down.
doesn't like mac and cheese, you know?
And
Mhm.
Aubrey gets real sad, and then Joe correctly says what Aubrey is trying to articulate.
Mm.
He was very sentimental,
That
which
was
was a
cute.
great lead-in into our last item, which is Brie.
Letters from home.
So
and they
cute.
all pay
Early.
$20 for letters from home. It's heartwarming. You
That
have to
wasn't
love
really.
Yes.
Letters from home for 10 people is crazy.
It is.
I was worried. I was like, are we not going to get a challenge in the next hour and a half? Is because they're going to have to focus on 10 different people's reactions to their letters.
It's
I
too
really
bad
feel
Jenna
that
wasn't here
happened.
because then they could have done a cutback to at least you got a letter this time, Jenna.
I forgot
She,
that happened.
she did in another
Yeah.
season though.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You did.
And then Mr. Beast shows up.
The last bit of
Mr.
chaos.
Beast.
Yes, the episode that everyone online and myself was freaking out about, like, how is this going to go? I'm going to tell you right now because we're going to talk a lot about him later. I liked it a lot. I thought it was the right balance. It was the opposite of the Zach, for me, it was the opposite of the Zach Brown moment, where it was the right balance of like, oh, he's here, he's cool, here's a twist, now step into the background.
Mhm.
Zach Brown was like, you're getting 2 of my songs, full length. And a
Dude.
montage of me spear fishing.
And it was
That's
like
so much airtime.
right,
Yeah.
actual Survivor, like, you know what I mean? Like Mr. Beast comes in and is immediately like involved in the true Survivor gameplay of
The
it.
game.
Not like
Yeah.
oh, I'm taking you away from the game. He's like, no, I'm gonna add to your game and I'm gonna make this crazy and you're gonna have no idea what it is for a day and a half. Good luck.
Good luck.
Like,
Have fun.
And I loved when he was
Crazy.
like, I wasn't sure anyone would know who I was. And 9 of the 10 people were like, we know who you are. And Suri was like, never seen him.
3 had nothing.
Well,
I did not know who Mr. Beast was. I already said this in
Me
our
either.
text thread. I had,
I think
and
Mikey
I
saw
was
that.
expecting like
I know.
honestly like a really gym bro,
Mm.
like Mr. Beast, you know, like that's what I
No,
was
that's
thinking.
next week when the Liver King shows up.
that I honestly would have never been able to recognize that man in a crowd.
Agreed.
I
Well,
think it's like
sorry,
a
I shouldn't
Tiger
say that.
King.
I understand where that comes from because I feel like Mr. Beast is like
Joe Exotic shows up for the auction.
All right.
All right. Well, then
Poor
he's
Mr.
like,
Beast.
it's going to be some form of beware advantage, and also there's an immunity challenge literally right now.
Wait,
So-
but also we
Oh,
need to talk
I had
about
it teed
Sunny.
up.
You did, but there's three people didn't spend their money, right? Or
Yeah.
In summary, we do need to talk about how bogus Rizzo, Tiff, and Joe all were in that entire. I did not like. They were. Rizzo literally was
Rizzo
over
did.
here.
Rizzo
Oh,
bought,
yeah, Rizzo did.
bought his first ever protein shake. What are you
I'm
talking
sure.
about?
And chicken breasts.
But like Tiff and Joe, nothing
Tiff and Joe literally spent $20 each.
on letters from home.
Literally letters from home, and that was it.
This is what Bree was saying.
Yeah,
It makes it
Ooh.
boring.
right.
Yeah.
It was very boring. I would agree. I wasn't
I
a
want
fan of
people
that.
cutthroat back and forth bidding.
Right.
I want alliances to be
Fine.
tested. you
I'm
know.
fine with it. Am I the only one that was fine with it?
No,
Did it-
yes.
Did it?
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh, yes.
but wait, I'm sorry. Didn't some of you guys say it was a 10 out of 10 before we started this?
Yes.
I'm following through. You're as bad as the Honor and Integrity Alliance. You're flip-flopping all over the place.
10 out of 10 for the auction
I
as
knew
an
that would get him.
item.
I knew that would
Right.
get him. I knew that.
I love auctions. I'm 11 out of 10 on auctions. I wish every episode was
See,
just an auction.
Pat was asking about this specific auction, though.
Yeah, I said this specific auction.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
well,
I thought
It
I
was
said it
so
was the
good.
best one I'd watched in a while. I didn't say it was the best one ever. I said it was the best one I'd watched in a while because I thought the other ones don't have as many bad things, and I thought the bad things this one had were way worse than the last few things they've had.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, do
I
you
just
think
think
it's
they
'cause
set it up.
I didn't
I
say it
think
was
because the
perfect.
challenges aren't as bad, like like how they used to have challenges where they were eating this type of gross stuff, rather, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's where they were able to do worse things in this auction. But
I think it just goes back to some of the things we already said. Like, it just wasn't chaotic enough for how they set it up to be chaotic. Like, it just should have been more, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Should have been more chaos.
You want more boiled turds?
do you think there could
Well,
there
I
could
want
have been
like
a
it was like
penalty?
it was like a good item, a good item, one chaotic item, a good
It
item,
was-
a good item, a good item, one chaotic item. Like it's like okay, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and also
I like Bree's
I like
idea.
when they lose votes, it makes people antsy to spend their money.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
True.
I do think that it's not that there should have been like, oh, you can buy an advantage, but I think the fact that Jeff told them you can't, basically, like, you're not going to be able to buy something like that, and then, oh, you're also not going to be able to lose votes, and then you still don't spend money. I think that should have been the chaos in itself. Been like, sorry, I lied to you. Like, you didn't spend any money, so now you're going to lose something because what the hell? I literally just told you to use your money, and then you didn't use it.
It is a little chaotic that they're making them go straight from eating fried chicken, mashed potatoes, protein shake into an immunity challenge, though.
Yes.
God, I wish it was a full obstacle course.
Me too.
Oh.
Exactly what was in my mind.
Can you imagine having to lift that boulder through the maze?
Jumping.
Chocolate shake we would have had Christian 2.0.
I want to see the
Unfortunately.
one where they chain them to the rope and they have to literally fling their body over the pole. Like that's what I want to see them doing after drinking a
No
milk.
no mercy
You see
from Tyler.
Suri, just like
any of the combat challenges.
Jeff would need an umbrella for that.
So now we move to immunity time with Kyla.
All right.
And I want to explain my background. There's no connection. There's no connection to the episode. I just love a chance where I can bring back Nicole spitting in Jeremiah's face.
She's got a sharp stream.
Yes.
She's got a sharp stream.
It is quite targeted. It is unbelievable accuracy.
She's the sniper of blow darts. She can get you.
Oh my God. All right, Kyla, let's go.
We really got
All right.
screwed.
We're going straight
Episode
from
28, Sharp Stream.
straight from chugging some milk, and we're gonna balance on a narrow beam, and we're also gonna balance a ball on a wooden bow. I don't know who the we is, but they're gonna do this. I don't know why we're saying we.
Bree and I have done this.
At the
Not
Survivor
It was
bar.
also at the Survivor Cafe, and it is so much harder.
We can
than you think
clip
it
a
is.
video in now because I have one.
No, I don't think I have it. I don't think I have it. And also, I can't. No,
Sign him
I
Pat
have
up
so
for
much
work.
editing to do. Don't make me do that. I'm not doing it.
And cut. Clip it in.
No, not doing it. It is. I want to tell you that we did the birdcage famously. Bree's good at it.
We know
This
that. We
is,
all know.
I'm going to say, 50 times harder than the birdcage.
It's so
Would you
bad.
agree?
It looks so hard.
I would like to try it. In regular intervals where they're going to move further down the beam, it's going to become narrower and narrower. I'm sorry, I can't say that word unless I say it slow. The first interval for 5 minutes, I was actually surprised Steph is out first.
In 30 seconds.
I was so mad.
I was
Reason
really
I
surprised.
thought it was because of her arm.
Can we?
Okay.
No. Wait. Can we? No. We need to disclose this, Megan. We need to disclose it.
No.
Megan sends me the Survivor CBS post on Instagram. It's a picture of Ozzy and Steph standing next to each other on the beam, and Megan's like, "Oh, it's a balance challenge this week. Megan's team is locked in." I see Steph go out in 30 seconds, and I was
That's
like,
amazing.
Perfect.
Which is amazing because there is a shot. This is our challenge gift of the week. There is a shot down the line at the start. It's a great shot. All of them perfectly still. Rizzo all over the place.
Well,
and
that brings
Stephanie
up.
still beats him.
Yeah, but not for long because Rizzo's
Oh,
out
yeah.
next.
Yeah.
And then everyone else makes it to transition to that second section where they're going to be there for 10 minutes. Jonathan shuffling with his big feet. I put the note about that. He's already starting to struggle on the second interval, but he does continue to make it. We have Sari and Aubrey out next. There's a comment about Survivor's favorite newscaster, and I want to bring this one up because I know we love this line from Rizzo on the sideline going, "Take that, Savannah Louie." So that was pretty good, but Devers does make it through the comment, and we're on to the third section.
I thought that was so rude of Jeff Probst. I'm like, Jeff, he's trying to focus and lock in, and you're gonna make him laugh? Like, that was rude.
Geez.
It was rude.
It was so rough.
It was rude. So third section.
Well, hold on, because it is not a live transition. That's important to know.
No, it's not.
Because
You
my
can reset
favorite
it.
part of this is what happens in the transition next.
Yes, so we're going to the third section. So everyone is kind of struggling, but Jonathan especially with his big foot. But then Devers, he can't even get on the plank. Like he is falling off
He
the
face
beam.
plants. He
yeah,
face plants off the beam.
Yes,
he
dead.
throws the bow down and he sits on the bow. I thought it was gonna break.
But he does make it up for a mere second and is immediately after the third section starts. Jonathan is out, so our final three is Tiff, Joe, and Ozzy.
Did you see Jonathan when he left did like a little Peter Pan hop off the?
He did. He like pirouetted a little bit. Yeah.
Pants. He like pirouettes and hops away.
He's so big. I feel like he shouldn't even be able to get up in the air. So then Tiffany and Ozzy are the bottom two, and
Breezy actually made me spit my drink out.
What'd she do?
I just giggled.
She laughed at what you just said.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm too into my notes over here. But at the end, Tiff wins it, and I actually like really, really loved this moment for Tiff. She has her face absolutely covered in sand, but she has a really emotional moment because this is actually the day that she went home on her original season. So she knows she's going to make it past this day. And I'm actually going to bring my segment back and give Tiff my caked up peach of the week because honestly, she does have a nice cake. And I just really love this moment. And I'm starting to be a huge Tiff fan. I've been cheering on her ever since I hopped on Mikey's bandwagon a few weeks ago, and
Hit you to the bandwagon.
I was gonna try and change into my peach Braves hat, but that was too much. My hair it's too much. But yeah, so there's your challenge of the week.
And did you see when as they're leaving, the camera pans out to go to commercial, and Ozzy runs up and gives her like a huge hug, and it's just like a really good sport.
Yeah,
that's why I love Ozzy, because it's like
Ozzy is a good sport.
He's the only one out there having fun, and he's like, he can play hard, but be like, it's a game, like good for you. Because I'll jump on the Tiffany bandwagon again. To beat your previous season in Survivor is very hard to do.
Correct.
To do it in season 50 is really impressive.
I also
think
think
she
that
can win,
too.
But I think she's very impressive.
Especially with how bad her game
edit.
looked in, well, one, her edit was pre-merge, and then two, how bad her game looked immediately at the merge. Like,
Yeah.
girl was
True.
literally, I mean, she was a
It
shot
looked
in the
bleak.
dark away from going home. If
Yeah.
D shot in the dark hits, Tips going home. And now here she is in the top because she's just been owning. I mean, she's won what, 2 of the last 3 now?
Yeah.
Immunity challenges, right? So it's like she's going up against gamers too. Like it's crazy. I'm like, again, obviously I'm a big Tiff fan, but like it's more so just she obviously, like, it's also the way that she's actually winning challenges that are different too. It's not like they're all the same style. Whereas like
Yeah, that's
Ozzy's
good
been
point.
doing way better at these types of balance, like core strength ones, like, you know what I mean? Like
No.
versus
No.
Oh, and
I
Megan
was
said,
actually-
nope.
where would you like to argue?
Right.
His last immunity win was literally
listen.
a balance one.
Yes, and I was actually going to bring back a segment from Heidi of can we change the points and can we give people who
That's
come
not
in
a segment.
second?
That's not a
Yeah,
segment.
no,
that's a
you know what?
fundamental misunderstanding of what's happening here.
Let's
That's not a
do that
segment.
because then Mikey's
There's
getting a
a
lot of
reason.
points every week too. So sure.
Yes, there's a reason. Ozzy has come
Heidi's
in
hot
second
takes.
in every single immunity challenge. If he
One
didn't
could
win,
argue-
he came in second.
One could argue he's come in third at least because he kept losing team immunity challenges.
I'm
So
not talking about. I'm talking about individual immunity. He came in second every single time. That's impressive.
At
Yeah,
least,
Megan's
correct.
right. If you ignore all the evidence that supports what Mikey's saying, then Mikey's wrong.
Again,
that's a good
one
point,
could
Megan.
argue Ozzy's worst place finish in immunity challenges this season is third.
It's almost like we need an intro for the sibling standoff.
Almost, but no.
And Ozzy's on my
No.
team. So, like, again, shout him out. But I was just, hey, as a Tiff and Ozzy haver, once I saw Joe drop, I stood up and clapped.
Thank
Like,
God.
it was an active episode in Mikey's household this week, everyone.
When we transition to the beach, the letters are waiting for us.
Oh,
Did you guys
yeah.
remember that?
Crazy emotional toll to take on people before Scramble.
Like, here's
Like,
your letters,
crazy.
but you're gonna go compete first. That's crazy.
Wild.
Can I say something about the letters?
Yeah.
I like the segment. I specifically liked Cerie's segment.
That was so
That was
cute.
cute.
The only note I wrote on it this time was letters are happening. I just like, maybe it's because there was so much episode left,
Yeah.
but I just like, I almost feel like having letters this early with 10 people is like, it's too much.
Because
I'm
you can't give
over-
a proper edit.
I'm overexposed. I'm not
Yeah.
overexposed, overstimulated. Like,
Yeah.
too much letters, sadness.
Well, and then I just like got really mad because Joe, when they like announced that it was letters from home, Joe literally gives this amazing speech, which I'm going like Joe gained my respect in this episode just for his little speech about he's like, those letters are my fuel. I don't need to eat. I don't need to sleep. Like I would just need to read that letter. I'm gonna run through a wall for those people. Like they're, gives this amazing speech, right? About how his family means everything to him.
Mhm.
And they don't even show him reading a single
I
letter.
thought this would be your
Nothing.
reaction. I'll tell you why. It's because if you go back, because I know you haven't watched 48, which is his original season,
Yeah.
he gets like a multi-episode story arc about his family and his past and
Got
his
it. They
sister
didn't want to
who
overdo it.
passed
Okay.
away. Yeah, so they had literally just done it, and they like that's
That's
probably why.
Gotcha.
It's too recent. I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
But still,
But
I just like
if you want that, and if you want that, and you gained a little bit of respect for him, watch 48.
I did.
Because
This
you'll get a
episode
lot
I
of
did
that.
gain respect for Joe, I will say. But yeah, the fact
then
that we go
then you
back
should watch 48. You'll get that in 48 for sure.
Yeah. The fact that we go back to a beach after going auction and then boom, here's an immunity challenge right away. And now boom, you're going to go scramble. But first read these letters to make you all sob before you have to make another emotional decision of who you're going to get rid of. While also not knowing what Mr. Beast is actually up to because they have no idea what's going on. Like truly the chaos of the episode is all of this happening at the same time.
Can we talk about that? Because not to jump ahead to tribal too much, but at least, I don't know, 300 times Jeff's like, and this is all because of Mr. Beast. Not in my opinion, nothing, not a single thing about what happens next is because they're like, what's in the briefcase? It's not any of it.
No.
In fact, several times during Scramble, they're like, should we talk about the briefcase? They're like, no, we'll handle that later. Like,
and that's
it's
what
not
I
important.
but no, that's what I think was it was the psychological warfare they were all going through of why they wanted multiple options.
Mm,
That they
that's
had
fair.
I don't
no
know, though.
idea, you know?
They
'Cause
all were like, let's just pretend Mr. Beast doesn't exist. Who are we voting out?
right.
Except
And then they,
Steph, who was
correct.
using it as a way to lie.
Yeah,
Poorly.
Steph.
So let's talk about lies. I'd like to take over Scrambo, because my notes are an emotional roller coaster. This is gonna get bleeped, I'm sure.
I mean, this 30 minutes of episode was amazing.
The first thing I wrote, and I'm gonna read this word for word. Jonathan targets Ozzy, and then again in all capitals. And here's why I have Jonathan. I think, and we can talk about this, I think this is, I wouldn't say smart gameplay, I wouldn't say good gameplay, but his reasoning and his read of the situation, I think, is decent. Like, I fully follow his logic.
Yes.
And he's right to, even if it's not this week, be like, you need to start thinking about bigger targets, because these are people I can't beat, so I need to get them out while I have numbers. But even though I have Jonathan, I really like Ozzy. I really like Ozzy, and this of course is going to go back to Suri, which it does, and now I'm like, I'm going home. I'm next on Exile.
Kiss of death. Kiss of death.
So, you know what?
Really though?
What I was go ahead, Meg.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, what's funny is if you watch it back, Aubrey is the one who decides to throw Ozzy's name in the ring first.
Does she?
Which is so, Jonathan did take it and run with it a little bit more and plant the lie, so he did more of the work. But I don't think he necessarily had the idea until he saw a middle player like Aubrey actually consider going for Ozzy.
But Aubrey was smart. She never said his name.
Correct. She said, I want a big move and we need to make some decisions now. I want to flush idols or get rid of challenge beasts.
She literally said that, and it's like, okay,
way.
well, who is that?
And there's
only one person.
The other idol's Rizzo, so it's not like there's
the biggest challenge beast on the idol.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say is Aubrey unintentionally throws Ozzy's name out, and I think that was the switch that Jonathan. I'll also give Jonathan credit. I didn't think his brain actually worked that well. That he was like, "Oh, she means Ozzy, and I have a middle vote for Ozzy if I need it." So
and
like,
then he lies to Steph. He lies to Steph really well.
That was good.
Ozzy came up to me and was like, "We should get you."
That was good.
Maybe it's more she falls for it than it was a good lie, but it works. And then so I'm going to try and now be as objective as possible after I had my little temper tantrum. And you all can tell me how you thought this was happening. So they bring in Joe, and Joe, of course, I wrote Joe blows up my tribe, and by my tribe I mean Jonathan. Joe blows up the Q skirts by going to Suri, kiss of death. Again, stop me whenever you want to jump in. So then Steph goes to talk to Suri and lies straight to her face. But
I really liked
very
Cerise's
poorly. I wrote, "This could save me." Go ahead, Brie.
I really liked Cerise's facial expressions during the response.
It was so mad.
She was like, mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm, right.
I was like, Steph, girl, you know she's already called you out on a lie before. You don't read Cerise's expressions. Like, you played with her too much to
She's
not
like,
know.
Not making eye contact.
Played
She's
other
stuttering.
games with her too. She played
That's
the
right. That's what I mean.
with her.
Right. This isn't your first go around.
I think they were both on the same season. The
no, you're
they
right.
played
Same
other
tribe in
games.
20. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That montage was so awkward of her like.
I know you can see her like fidgeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just so bad. I mean, she was like, I don't know. That's the plan. I don't know. And just like kept saying, like, literally acting like a 12-year-old that just got in trouble with their parents. But that's what it looked like to me. She just didn't know how to react.
So now,
yeah, it was funny.
So that forms a new plan. Cerise's like, let's go get Steph because let's kill her. And then Ozzy goes and tells Jonathan. And it's at this point, I think Brie and I both were like, what is going on?
That was something's going on with Ozzy and Jonathan. Why did he tell Jonathan?
Is weirdly placing himself in a very good middle, though.
Because
that's stupid of him.
Because Jonathan and Steph are like, there's no.
Correct.
It just doesn't. It didn't make sense.
Yeah, no, it was weird. Ozzy, I don't know why Ozzy. Well, we know why Ozzy did it because he didn't ask Suri first if it was okay to talk to Jonathan, and Suri would have
That's
told him
right.
no, right? Because meanwhile,
No.
Suri literally said, "Oh, I know Steph and Jonathan are working together." After she heard Ozzy's name get thrown out, she literally calls it and says the two of them are working together. So we need to go after Steph because she knew that Steph was driving the bus, which she's wrong.
That's
but-
also. Speaking of Suri like coaching Ozzy, there was one little scene that I really liked of them on the hammock together, and Suri's counting votes, right? Like, okay, so we're gonna go after Steph. We're gonna need this person, and then she was like, and then I'm gonna use the extra vote to make sure. And Ozzy was like, oh, do you think that's the right time to use it? And she was like, you want to go home?
Yeah.
Tell him, Suri, do you want to go home? No.
The best is when Cerie's literally sitting with Ozzy before she starts telling him the plan of how to save him. She goes, "Okay, I'm going to tell you. They want you." And she was like, "Don't make a face. Don't look mad." And he was like, he literally watch Ozzy like bite his tongue. She's like, "You have to keep a straight face while I'm
Didn't that
talking to
happen
you right
last
now."
week?
Every
Did that happen
time.
this week again?
Every
I can't
time.
even. I can't even remember what episode that happened.
No,
So
the
it
week
happened multiple
before was when
times?
Tiff. No, the week before was Tiff and Cerie telling Ozzy on the beach together. And then this week was again, and then Megan, like to Megan's point, it was they were both in the hammock again. And then it's literally Cerie explains this whole thing.
I actually think this is part of the reason why Ozzy's being so cocky, because I think in his mind, he was like, doesn't matter if they want me out. I got Cerie.
Right.
I'm good.
He's not wrong.
He is using it as a crutch. I do.
Yeah,
it's
and he's
again.
like, fine.
Well, this will be later on. I've texted you all about it of how I think the game needs to play moving forward, but I don't want to spoil anything.
So next, then Steph tries to flip it over to Suri, like that's ever going to happen. Again, logically, not for her logic, but for other reasons. That is, you probably do need to look at Suri, but that's not gaining any support.
No.
Rick is then like, what if we went after Rizzo? Rick, no one's talking about Rizzo right now. You can't do this to me. There's too much to track. I have too many notes on my phone. We can't start adding targets to the list.
But Devers is creating chaos on purpose. He said it earlier. He's just wanting this. Because he knew at the that's why at the beginning I thought it was directing to Devers, and then he knew it was directing to him. So having more names out there is better.
Best defense is a good offense. I'm gonna start throwing names out because I know I'm on the chopping block already. But I also think Devins was doing it from a flush and idol moment, and then he was hoping that his idol comes back. And even though we so far know that the Billie Eilish boomerang idols have not come back into the game, I do think Devins was trying to go idol hunting and is trying to get idols back onto the island.
I also think he was being strategic too, because they were like, oh, like Ozzy has the idol, so therefore we should go after his number one alliance, Suri. And this is when I was like, oh, maybe Devins knows more than he thinks, because he was like, or we could do Rizzo. So I was like, oh, does he actually know that the three of them are really tight? And he's like, I don't want to lose Suri. I would rather lose.
And he definitely does, because later on in Tribal, it seals that deal, Meg. And the quote, yeah. I do. I think that you're onto something with that. I think Devins knows.
I did forget to mention earlier, though, Steph does call out how close Ozzy and Suri are, which we've been saying the whole time, that we're surprised no one has said. And Steph finally said it this episode, that everything that Suri finds out, Ozzy finds out later. So just calling that out. We've been talking about that for weeks.
And no one has called Suri out for playing the middle yet, even though she somehow knows every piece of information.
Yeah.
And no one thinks that it's suspicious. Right. I'm like, what? Like, other than Christian, who obviously is now, a dead voice in the game, but crazy.
So the only other thing I have now is Joe offers a great quote right before we go to Tribal, when they're like, we're switching the plan for the 50th time. And he's like, what are we all just shooting from the hip now? Like, what are we doing? I was like, me too, Joe. That's how I feel.
Right. And Emily follows it up with, Joe, I'm going to say this for the first time ever. I don't know what's going on. I was like, fair enough, girl. Fair enough.
See, it's so funny. My favorite part going into Tribals was the Devers part. I told you guys, I felt like this was Devers' episode for me. And he says, everyone's going to really regret what they shared with me tonight during this chaos. And we're going into a live Tribal, and I'm about to blow this place up.
Woo-hoo! And he's going to make good on that promise. So let's go to Tribal. Now, there's really two and a half parts of tribal.
Mhm.
There's the typical tribal discussion. Then Mr. Beast is going to show up, which is crazy, and then they vote. Brianna, would you like to talk about the first part of tribal?
Yes.
I feel
I
like your
would.
background has it teed up pretty well.
Yes, it does. So in the inter-exchange, I switched my background to the Office episode called Standoff. And this is quite the standoff. So as Kyla just said, Devers starts to ensue chaos by saying the entire series of events that happened that afternoon. Who told what? Who's talking shit? Tea is spilled. He took over Megan's role this week
He
because
did.
Devers has the tea. And I would like to pose to the group to talk to me about, like, why? Why did this happen? And has he put himself in more hot water by dragging everyone, or did he do it in such a way that now everyone's in the mud together? And so it was actually brilliant.
It was so.
I will go
I vote
last.
brilliant.
I will go last.
I'm just gonna give you my vote for now. I vote that it was a brilliant move. I applauded in my apartment as he was talking. Like I was cheering him on because it was actually beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
My notes were, I love you, Rick Devens, blow it up.
Mhm.
That's what I wrote when that happened. So I also approved of it.
I loved it. At first, I thought he was effing up because I thought he was kind of throwing everyone under the bus. But quickly, to me, it turned to where he was trying not to make it obvious, but it was clearly directed towards Steph and sort of Jonathan and Joe, but mostly Steph. I think that that's where he was trying to land with it. Like he, threw out other stuff, but that was his intention.
Yes. And most importantly, he took a shot at himself by revealing the Rizzo card and then being like, but I was wrong. Because then it's like he had that full humility. Everyone was like, oh,
yeah.
He took a shot at himself too. So no threat. And I was like, good move.
I personally loved it. Oh, go ahead, Pat.
I just want to go. I said I'd go last. I didn't realize we're getting seconds though. I think it was a good move specific to this knowledge. I think if there's any future Survivor players watching this, first of all, why are you watching this? Second of all, I don't think it's a good idea to just have this in your toolbox per se of like, if things are going bad, I'm just going to give everyone secrets up. I think in this specific instance, the backstabbing and the pettiness had gotten to a level where even if he was like, because two things could happen. You could be like, I'm already in the bottom and this is going to make everyone hate me because I'm spilling their secrets. Or if their secrets are juicy enough, like I'm already on the bottom, but now they're going to be so busy being mad at each other that I can kind of fade into obscurity. And in this case, it was that.
So I'm happy that I just let you talk because I was going to say that too, Pat. Is like it only worked in this moment in the game because of all of the previous tribals where lines are going to be drawn in the sand. We know who's really aligned with each other. People are lying. And Rick Devens is like, perfect. I'm going to create a perfectly clean slate for all of us moving forward by telling everyone everything that just happened. And you know exactly who stands with who, where everyone stands moving forward in the game. And then literally goes, and I'm a pawn for you to use. Use me as a vote if you want to stay in the game. That was pretty genius of like, I know I'm on the bottom, but if you want to keep me around to vote, keep me around. I'm totally fine with it.
And he just lied, right? So now he's revealing everyone else's lies.
Yep.
And it immediately ensues chaos because then Tip's like, well, then why'd you lie to Steph? And Steph can't lie. And,
it was so, oh my God, it was so good. I mean, poor Steph, she should have just jumped into the fire at that point. This is basically what happened to her. They all immediately broke their necks, looked at her, and they were like, oh, you're the one that threw out Ozzy's name and Cerie's name? Like, it was just so good. So good.
I don't throw out anyone's name.
Yeah.
Correct. I played this game too many times to know I don't throw names out first. Huh? It's Survivor.
I've listened to a lot of Mikey and Megan talking about how they hate Jonathan, and they have entitled their own opinions. I spent a lot of time trying to be like, is he that bad? Mostly because he's on my team. I wrote down that, again, to defend him, I don't think he played a great game this episode per se, but I think under the circumstances he finds himself in, he is doing enough to be like, okay, good job. Because here's where we just said Steph is a horrible liar, and Jonathan doesn't say a word. He's like,
Nothing.
she's doing a bad job. The only thing I can do right now, even if it's not a game-winning move, but it's a game-saving move right now, I'm going to say nothing. And I'm going to let you blow up your whole game and take the heat for this one. Because this easily could have blown back on him.
He's in a little bit of crossfire though. And he does say
Yeah,
everything that Devers is saying is not true. But he
Yeah.
doesn't defend Steph. And I agree with what you're saying. He's not getting in on the Steph part of it. But he is
Jonathan
defending
tried to give the
himself.
argument of, oh, he lied about the idol, so what makes you think he's telling the truth here?
Right.
And then, meanwhile, you see Rick turns to Suri and he's like, I'm telling the truth. And she like pats him on the leg and is like, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was like, Meanwhile, Devin's best quote, he goes, then Suri's name gets thrown out. I'm not voting for Suri. I was like, that's a man who understands what's going on. He knows.
Yup. Doth do protest too much. That's what Devers says.
He left
to
it, yeah,
Steph.
at the very end. Yep.
And this was when I fell in love with Rizzo again. We have to find out what V's opinion of this is. Because remember, well, it ebbs and flows. Remember when the preview came out and of 49 and we're like, oh, this guy. And then by the middle of 49, we're like, I think I like Rizzo. And then like through various points, like when he was going after Charlie, I was like, I don't know, Rizzo. I'm back up on the Rizzo train because he basically just calls them all hypocrites. He's like, you guys came to play. This is amazing. Like, pull your big boy pants up and just get over it. And he just puts them all in his place, in their places. And I was like, that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing foresight from someone whose brain's been melted by like 50 days straight of Survivor.
It was that chicken breast and protein shake.
It's all he needed. His true fuel. Wasn't the biggest loser in the challenge and had all the knowledge to drop at Tribal. Absolute cinema, in the words of Rizzo.
All right, Bree, you want to continue with Tribal?
Oh yes, I do.
Jimmy, come on down.
Yes, Jimmy, who he's so lovingly referred to. It's like, keep it government, keep it Mr. Beast, because nobody knows who Jimmy is.
Government.
Literally.
Also, didn't we have Jimmy Fallon last weekend?
Yes.
Right.
Or Jimmy.
Like,
let's not repeat Jimmy's.
I've also never heard anyone else, any platform, call Mr. Beast Jimmy. Genuinely have never heard Jimmy.
I feel like I have, and I'm not out there looking for Mr. Beast content, and I have heard it.
I thought Jimmy Neutron made an appearance.
What?
They should have had his full name and his YouTube handle. Like
True.
I don't know how old people are that were watching Survivor, but how old am I? 32, and I don't know who Mr. Beast is.
How old am
okay?
I thought you actually were asking us, and we needed to know.
I have to ask myself that sometimes, but
I also don't really know who he is. I know he has money, but I really don't know. So I
think got a lot of money,
billions of dollars,
fake money though. It's not real. Yeah. Let's be honest.
I'll say this. This is another tally on the Rizzo's the best moment. As he comes out and Rizzo's like, not really. He doesn't say this, but the vibe I got was like, listen, Mr. Beast is not necessarily my thing, but my little brother, who I think is autism, not that matters, but just his family.
They're very close.
Survivor. Yeah, they're very close. And he's like, but this is like the biggest person in the world to my brother, so that means it's really important to me.
That was sweet.
That was
so
cute.
Yes, I love that.
So cute.
Because I expected him, based on the previews, to be like, oh, Mr. Beast, and freak out, and like I was gonna hate it, and I was like, that was pretty good.
That was
great.
Brie, I'll let you off the hook. I'll let you off the hook if you can tell us what the Mr. Beast beware advantage is.
I'm getting there. So Mr. Beast takes out his little briefcase, beast case, if you will, and
Mr. Beast takes out his little.
His
Where's
Mr.
this
Beast
going?
case.
And he opens it up, and there's a coin, and it's not heads or tails. It's tribal sticks.
Taylor Beast.
What's it
Correct.
called?
Torture Beast.
Thank you. Yes, tribal sticks, or beasts.
That might be the episode title.
The episode title.
Tribal sticks.
And then
Or
he's
beast
like,
case.
oh no. And then
Mr. Beast case. Or tribal sticks.
then he says that they're gonna someone is going to flip the coin, and it's either going to increase the prize pot to 2 million, which I've been waiting for this to
It's
happen
the
all
rightly
season.
amount to win.
Yeah, they should have started at 5 million. So
Yeah.
CBS, get a budget.
Right.
And then he says, or the other option is that they go home, and Devers is like, full send it. I'm in.
Immediately.
Well, there's more.
If the person loses.
Wait, there's more.
No, she actually just said that. If the person, what is that? You really distracted me.
Sorry, I had to get Devers.
You got the lowest res image possible.
That's okay.
If not only does the prize pot double if they call it correctly, that person is safe tonight and gets an idol for future use.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. But really, when I was like life or death. That was really my,
Yep.
Yes.
Megan's background looks like they are back alley gambling, but
It does look like they're playing some dice. Yeah, it looks like
Like,
they're
is that-
throwing dice, right?
throwing dice.
I'm sorry,
or
do you
like
not want that one?
I know I've already brought up dogfighting
No,
this
keep
season,
it.
but
Keep
like,
it.
what's going on here?
So
This is going to be a great episode for people that only listen to the audio.
fair.
Sorry, everyone.
It's
will
good. It's
say
good. I like it.
that it was the other part of the proposal was that they had to come up with a consensus. Like someone had to flip the coin. They had to either consensus as a group come up with who was flipping it, or they were going to draw rocks. So it's not like they could be like they couldn't opt out of it. So Devins is the only one at the beginning who was like, "Yeah, I'm down. Let's go." And then immediately, Steph and Jonathan, now that all the guards are down, immediately look at each other and they're like, "We can't let him flip it."
But no one wants to do
not
it.
showcasing who they were going to vote for, right? Like their options completely there. They're like, we can't let them flip it. And I was like, good job. Stealth is key in tribal. Nice.
Yes.
I have two more things to say about this. One, this coin has been in the title sequence the whole time. Did you guys know that?
No.
Every week I've noticed it. And every week I've noticed it because I have, for 10 weeks straight, been living in fear that they're going to bring back fire tokens, and I'm going to have to figure out a way to implement that into the scoring sheet. And I was like, they simply, like, fire tokens the most innocuous thing that no one would care about. That's how my brain works. Is my greatest fear is that I will have to implement a scoring system for fire tokens. So, as when they said beware advantage, I was like, thank God, I don't even care what happens. Second, I knew this was going to come up with what he called because we had to pause it. I think one of us either went to the bathroom or had to go put away dishes or something like that. And there was 20 minutes left in the episode. So I was like, there's no way he gets it wrong and has to leave.
Yeah, there's 40 minutes of tribal total, including this segment.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It was literally a whole third of the episode.
And thank God, because it was all because of Mr. Beast was there
Yes.
that any
Thank
of this
God.
happened. Thank God
Sitting
for
in
Mr.
sitting in his
Jimmy
little
Beast.
chair.
Thank
on
you,
the side.
Jimmy.
Not only Jimmy
He comes up. We haven't talked about that. He comes up and Jeff's like, "Oh, great, thanks for the briefcase.
sit in the corner.
50 feet away from me.
Right,
Yeah.
go sit in the corner and think about it.
Here's the
That's
chair.
barely in view of the camera."
He's just like, and also the prayer hands and the bowing every 2 seconds. I was like, Mr. B, stay upright. Please stay upright. Like,
I
you're
didn't
fine.
notice that. That's
He kept
great.
being like,
think-
thank you.
Do you think they edited it like because
To
of the
make sure it
feedback
landed?
from Zach Brown's app? I mean, honestly, like, do you think there was
They
any active
could
editing?
have.
I saw people saying that too. Because did you guys see like Mr. Beast tweeted something like he tweeted something being like, like everyone check out this episode of Survivor. I hope you all like it. Like I tried to really let the players stand out or something. Like he like made a like specifically said something like that, and then was like, I hope you enjoy it. So yeah, I'm wondering if, like you said, Kylo, they were really leaning into that.
If so, good job, because it's not like they can go back in time and reshoot it to be better.
Mm-hmm.
I just know my reality TV shows do that when there's like drama that drops on the internet while the season is airing. There's a
So,
show
like, trying to
currently
save it.
doing that.
You mean
Yeah.
you mean 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days?
No, actually,
I know
it's
what's happening with
Summer House on Bravo, if you guys care. It's crazy stuff
Ooh.
happening. Anyways,
Crazy stuff.
See
Continue.
Kyla's other podcast, Summer House.
Yeah,
Shit talking.
Kyla's starting,
not reality
a summer
competition,
house
but-
on Bravo Fantasy League. All right. Who was talking? So before we were rudely interrupted by Zoom, and I decided to bring back the medical tent, and for Sharon's pleasure, Jake's nipple ring that she loved so much last season.
Woof.
There it is, right over my shoulder. Who was talking? We got through the coin flip, and Devins does it, and it works.
Good job, Devins.
Someone want to take over?
So now it means that we're going to vote because Devins is staying. He gets immunity for the vote. And he also, correct me if I'm wrong, he gets an idol, right?
He does,
yeah,
So now, he's walking out with an idol in his pocket. So the man
it's basically like completing a public beware advantage.
Correct. Yeah, right. It was a public. Yeah. So man just went from being on the bottom to now absolutely being on the top. So now we get some whisperings going on. And everyone decides that everyone
Very
has to
live.
stand up. Live, the livest, if that's a word, liveliest tribal I've ever seen. They were getting after it. Everyone's talking to everyone. They throw out Aubrey's name. They throw out Steph's name. They throw out
someone throws out Steph's name to
Emily's.
Suri, and she's like, they're like, she has to steal a vote. She's like, she can't steal everyone's vote.
Tiff, that was Tiff. Another quote of the episode.
No, that was Emily.
Emily says she has a steal a vote, and Tiff says she can't
no,
steal
Suri
everyone's.
said it. Suri said it. Suri said she can't steal everyone's vote. Suri said it.
Either way.
Okay.
So yes, Steph
Good
revealed
quote.
to everyone that she had to steal a vote in the initial drama. Suri did not reveal to everyone that she had an extra vote. So Suri's secrets stay secret. But everyone's like, okay, so Steph's stealing a vote. But again, names that got thrown out was Steph and Aubrey were like the two biggest ones. Emily goes to Jonathan and was like, I hear that they're throwing out Steph's name, but I'm not sure. And Jonathan goes, you're so full of it. Meanwhile, we learn a couple minutes later what that's actually going to look like.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then we go in. Steph goes first. She steals Devin's vote because she has to do it before they're voting. So Devins no longer has a vote. She goes in. She writes Aubrey's name down incorrectly twice. She adds an E to her name. Folds it up, throws it in there. And then everyone else decides to write the exact same name. And Steph is going home. Steph hits the road. Aubrey's name does get read first. Jeff pulls her name out of the urn, shows that it's Aubrey. What is Aubrey's reaction? You didn't spell my name right.
Yeah.
Immediate reaction. First time I've seen that live of someone like audibly telling the room that you spelled their name wrong.
Then you should watch Philip and Francesca.
Correct. Never forget Francesca. But I will say is I do think we need to start tracking or backtracking how many times Joe has incorrectly spelled names. Because he put Steph.
That's a strategy people use sometimes to
know
like
it's theirs.
Or they write with their offhand.
Yeah, so that it's not consistent.
Yeah, I don't know why Stephanie did it here because she was like, I'm going after Aubrey. And
she literally said it out loud. Right.
And then she spelled it incorrectly the same exact way twice, and she announced she had 2 votes to everyone. So it was
and
like,
put a smiley face.
Wait, but I want to hear what you were going to say about Joe.
Oh, he spelled Steph's name Steff. So again,
I'm afraid that was actually just Joe's best effort at spelling.
I do. Unfortunately, is like Chrissy was spelled Crissy, so no H. I'm trying to. He had another incorrect spelling. Again, I got to go back and look.
Well, we know what happened with that one. The
but...
producer had their gun to his head and was like, "You better write down the second name." So he was under pressure.
So I find it funny that Joe has been consistently misspelling names. For anyone on that side of TikTok, there are hilarious TikToks out there of misspelling of names in Survivor.
I've gotten some this week.
But yeah, so needless to say, Steph goes out in a ball of fury, and by ball of fury, I mean absolutely did not defend herself in the slightest. Completely should have just jumped in the fire at that point and snuffed her torch herself. She gets her hug from Jeff Probst, probably because she might never play Survivor again. And she is the next person on the jury.
And Megan's down to 1.
Weirdest jury ever.
It's so strange.
Chrissy, Coach, Christian, and Stephanie. What's that Ponderosa trip like?
It's some chatty Cathys, let me tell you.
I'd rather be back out on the island. All right. So that's the episode. Let's do who wants to go first, Mikey or Megan?
I can
You want to
go.
go, Meg? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, everyone, get ready for tea time. Woohoo! Pat, where's your mug?
I don't have a mug, but I have a tumbler that says "Paws off my
That
wine."
works.
That was
Here.
created
All right,
by
guys.
Kelsey Ham. Shout out to
Thank
Kelsey.
you, Kelsey.
Shout out,
Kelsey.
Kelsey. You're a real one.
Here.
All right, everyone. So remember flashback to 2 weeks ago, maybe, or last week when I was complaining that the people who were getting voted off were not bitter and didn't have any good tea? Well, that changed this week. We have Steph is bitter AF. Like, she's super bitter.
Bad.
She's mad at everyone. She gave a lot of tea. So this is good. First though, we need to talk about one small thing that I saw that I thought was hilarious. Rizzo tweeted that he actually really wanted to flip the coin. He actively wanted to, like, he was about to fight Devins to do it. And he said he looked down to, like, say to Devins that he wanted to, and Suri poked her head out and was just like, don't you effing dare. Like, sit your ass back down. And he was like, okay, I guess I'll just stay here. So poor
This
Rizzo.
was Suri's face when Rizzo asked to flip the coin. She was like, yeah, don't do it.
Like, quite,
she was like, help. So good job, Suri, because Rizzo, you don't need to do that. But anyway, so let's get into Steph, guys, because Steph, she's pissed. I'm pissed! She is not happy with how this went down. So she basically blames, I saw so many different interviews with her, but she basically is blaming both Suri and Joe for why she got out. Mostly Suri, because she said that the edit doesn't show it, but she said the entire time she is talking to Suri all the time, and Suri is telling her that they're solid, they're going to go to the end together, and she claimed that Suri told her, you're parv to me, we're going to the end. Which I feel is I know,
No,
I was like, that's bold. Right.
Absolutely
if you guys,
not.
You guys know,
Tough
Suri
girl.
and Harvey are still friends, like, to this day. They are still bestie boos. So I was like, wow, okay. And she was like, you know, Suri is like family to me. We've competed on 4 shows together. We've done Traders. We've done all these seasons of Survivor, blah, blah, blah. She's going on and on. And so she really was, like, pissed that Suri would even think of flipping on her. So she blamed
That's
Suri,
interesting.
but she also said that Joe, she didn't know that Joe was the one who told Suri about their plan until she watched the episode and the edit. And she was basically like, F Joe. All this guy's fault. If he never told Suri, we would have gotten Ozzy out and we would have been fine and there wouldn't have been an issue. So she doesn't like Joe. And she said that after everyone voted and everyone sat back down, Joe was sitting next to her, you guys remember, and Joe literally turned to her and was just like, it's you. Everyone voted for you. And she was like, oh, okay.
Like, you just fell in love with Joe.
Hooked. No.
Me too.
No.
I
That
like
only
that.
makes me hate him more because he flips so easily to service himself.
You
He's
hate
not-
Steph, though.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. It's the Steph vote is fine, but like again, that's not honor. There's no honor and integrity in that. If you're just, oh yeah, I'm gonna flip on you. Like, sorry,
Well,
played with you leading up to this point.
That's true, but here was my issue. Steph now basically said she doesn't talk to Suri anymore. She doesn't talk to Joe anymore. And she literally was like, so it is Joe's fault that I went home. He told Suri, I can't believe he would write my name down. He turned to me and said he wrote my name down. Can you believe that? And I was like, Steph, Jonathan also wrote your name down. But she said that it was okay because Jonathan didn't have the numbers. So he had to write her name down. I was like, well, kind of the same thing. But
It's so funny because Dee mentioned that too, right? Like I saw an article like last week, maybe Dee talked about how bad the post game drama is.
it's probably, yeah. I mean,
And
it sounds like
I just like I feel like that was like a kind of her alluding to, oh, watch Steph leave and she is going to create a ruckus because of the way in which she went out. I feel like that is like adding to the fuel so far, or fuel to the fire so far.
I just think it's
And
crazy
then-
when people that are veteran Survivor players are this bitter, because it's like, don't
Yeah.
you understand how this goes? Like,
Right. Like,
She
Steph,
is
this is your
so
5th
bitter.
time getting voted out, girl. Like,
Mhm.
like, yeah, this is how it happens.
She also, I did think it was interesting because like Chrissy, I think we talked about was really going in on Rizzo after her exit interview. She kept saying how she didn't like Rizzo. He was lazy. He was this. He was that. Steph also went in on Rizzo and was like, I don't understand why we didn't just vote him out. Saying all this stuff. And then she was like saying that she wants someone from the old school to win because she kind of had the same mentality as Coach. 26 days is not going to win you Survivor, all this stuff. And then she kind of was like saying, like, oh, see, like Rizzo was sick, like his body already started breaking down, and we were at day 19, and I was like, look, he just played. He just played 26 days. What do you mean? He's at like day 45 now or whatever. Really?
Right,
He's in
literally.
season 1, 2, 3 of Survivor where they're playing out there for days.
Yeah. So she was just really bitter. And I'm curious to see. Now I need to go honestly dig into even more drama between her and Suri because it looks like there's no mending that relationship.
I'll give you some. Did you see all those interviews got posted as like clips on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, and Suri would comment on a bunch of them with just a bunch of crying, laughing emojis.
Little troll.
Is right, exactly. Unbothered.
Amazing. But yeah, so that is your tea of the week, guys. Cheers to Steph for giving us some good tea this week.
Here's to the bitterness.
Thank you. So now let's throw it over to Mikey for Mikey's move of the week.
Hell yeah, we have guys. This is a normal size mug, I swear. No, just kidding. It's tiny. But my microphone of the week is not. It's a garden ornament. Shout out D for the goose.
Don't think I haven't noticed this running bit you're doing where every week you speak into a different object.
Thank you. This is my Devers
I've noticed
impression,
it.
not Savannah Louie impression. We only well, I was going to say winners, but Savannah Louie is a winner. So,
Yeah.
Anyway.
I have no qualms with Savannah. Go ahead.
So, we kind of already chatted a little bit about my winning moves of the week, but I'm going to bring them back because they were just so iconic. Like, number one, Suri, boot and rally, baby. That was so iconic. Announcing to the world that you're going to go pull trig, goes, pulls trig, comes back, openly spits in front of everyone, and is like, yeah, let me get back at that prosciutto. Like, attacked it. It was great. Aubrey claimed she was a psycho, proved it in 30 seconds. Those grubs were genuinely the size of like her fingers. Like it was like right, and still alive, mind you, everyone. Like again, if you like have like grubs in your backyard and you no, these were like huge ones that like you know what they eat in they eat in the Lion King, like those types of bugs. Yeah, they were the same size. They were huge, and did it all to eat milk and cookies. It wasn't even worth it. Whatever. And then truly the other winning move was Devin's expose. Just, I mean, again, I was applauding him the entire time, and he just kept going, and he didn't miss. He genuinely told every single like factual pattern that happened, and it was very, very iconic, and it kept him in the game. Even honestly, I think it would have kept him in the game even if he didn't flip the coin. Hot take.
Yeah.
The loser of the week is Steph, because Steph, girl, you laid down. You literally said in your exit confessional, oh, it was all Jonathan's plan and I took the fall for him. So why'd you do it? Throw him under the bus, tell everyone he's the one that's running the show and that he's the one that pushed the name. It's that simple. And you literally just watch Devins expose everyone. So all the lies are literally uncovered. So now you have the chance to be like, actually, let's keep talking. Jonathan's the one that's calling these shots, not me. Let's go for him and just have it be an open target and then say I'm open for business and become the free agent. But nope, she doesn't. And then she also has a steal a vote where it's so easy to be like, oh, hey, let me get back in good graces with Suri and Ozzy. I have a steal a vote. Whose vote should we steal? And you can pick who I vote for. And then I'll vote with you. It's that simple, Steph. Like, try to do something to save yourself. But clearly her critical thinking skills are very minimal. And she deserved to go home. So, yeah, those were my from the episode. Then we have our actually there's one more from the episode, and I'm surprised that no one caught this, specifically Bree. I want everyone to go back and look at, there's a cut in to Tribal, and there was a half moon out there. and it was from the same pants that were pooped in this season.
No.
No.
God, half his
Christian's
cheeks
butt
out.
showing?
His,
What?
That
I
should have been
mean,
my cake.
No.
I swear,
You're
I need
saying
to go. I need
you're
to go
saying
find the
not only has
TikTok.
Christian pooped himself on national TV, but now he's
Bare
mooned
cheeks.
all of America?
I'm going to look.
It was so bad. I saw the
Roll the
TikTok
tapes.
and it was so I will go find it and
Wait,
send it to
why
the
would
group
Bree be all over Christian's mooning?
because Bree was the one that's been on top of the mess in the pants. So I was waiting for her to be like paying
Our
attention
senior
to these.
poop your pants correspondent, Bree.
Right.
Awesome. Great.
Unfortunately, Bree has earned that
New
title.
role.
And then
Oh.
the overall biggest winners of the week are obviously Bree and Pat for making their move and still doing all of this. So give them their kudos. They're
It's
also
10:20
very
p.m.
strategic.
My feet are gonna fall off.
They're very strategic and smart people by hiring Megan and Matt. I know firsthand how good of movers Megan and Matt are. Fun fact, everyone, Mikey has moved. I've lived in more addresses in Rhode Island than I ever have in Connecticut, and I've only
Wow.
lived here 5 years. Megan and Matt have helped me in every single one of those moves, so I can safely tell you they are fantastic at moving. So smart move, Bree and Pat. But that
Thank
has
you.
been my move of the week.
Woo.
Great, thank
Woo.
you. All right, so let's go through your scoring plays. This is a scoring play segment that people will be upset about, but I want you to know that I don't care. So, majority, we'll get there. Majority voting points, everyone but Steph, as outlined several times. Steph does get points for playing a steal a vote. Rick loses points for having his vote stolen. We'll get to more on Rick shortly. Everyone got points for being picked for letters from home. They all got them, but it didn't feel right to be like you all earned them in a challenge. So I went with the picked for letters for home. I felt like
I
that
think
was
that's
fair.
Yeah.
Individual immunity, Tiffany. Obvious. She did it. This is where things get interesting. So Rick will get points for completing a Beware advantage. I don't think anyone's going to have an issue with that. So that covers his, I have an idol for the future. However, he also was safe from the vote that night. But it wasn't, he didn't earn immunity in a challenge, but he did have to take a risk. So Bree and I went back and forth over how to deal with that part for a long time because it felt like to not award points for it was tricky. And I forget what action it's filed under in the spreadsheet, but I think
it was block a vote. You did.
Yes, but it was a value issue. So I picked something that was half the value of maybe completing something. Now, mathematically, it ends up netting out with the fact that his vote was stolen. So if you're really upset about him getting points for that, it kind of evens out. But that's how the scoring play is played out this week.
Remember, I said it was like a block a vote because he didn't have an idol or immunity, but he blocked everyone from voting for him.
I was gonna say, yeah. Do you remember it was in season 40? Jeremy had a get out of I forgot what the advantage is
it's
called.
called safety without power.
Safety without, right? Safety without power. So that's kind of what Devin's got was
That's what I was going
get,
for.
Yeah, I can't get
That's
voted
what I was
out,
going
but
for.
I also don't have a vote. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's kind of
Makes
So
sense.
I agree with you, Bree. Is right. You can't vote for me, but I can't vote either. So it's fine. Yeah.
It ended up working out. It was not a situation we had had before.
Foreseen coming. Yeah.
All right. So those are your scoring plays of the week, and now Kyla is going to share her screen.
Trada, can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is going to be your current season standings. Go ahead, Kyla, if you would. So your pre-merge boots, that is the bottom half of the league. From the bottom to the top is Brianna. Then me. I thought I was going to have something to say, and I just decided against it. Bree, then me, then Kyla. It's great that your three official co-hosts of the podcast are the bottom three people.
Also,
great.
amazing that Pat is still below me and still has a person.
I'm closing the gap. I'm closing the gap. Jonathan's not winning challenges. All it's going to take is one individual immunity. I'm within single digits.
The gap is thick.
Hey, he needs that necklace pronto or he's gone. So
yes. So Kyla's ahead of me. Then Kayla, Sharon in 24th, Nora in 23rd, Tristan in 22nd, Anne 21st, Mokihi in 20th, Brian's in 19th, Alex is in 18th, Ryan Shiring in 17th, Loomis in 16th, and Scott is in 15th. Those are your pre-merge boots. Go ahead, Kyla, to the jury. The jury being the top half of the league minus the podium. Mikey in 14th with the ST Divas. The ST Divas catching fire. There's a joke in there for you.
The highest I've been.
Still beaten by his brother, though, Matt, who is in 13th. Kelsey in 12th with the Queen Stays Queen. Heidi is in 11th. Greg has fallen to 10th. Rejoice, everyone.
That's
Greg
a fall. Yeah, it's a oof.
Yeah.
Christina is up to 9th. That makes me worried because she is the last season's winner. That makes me worried. Meg is in an 8th. Unprecedented territory for Megan to be in single digits.
Still top 10, yeah.
Unprecedented.
Nice.
And that's with a drop.
Yes, with a drop. Drew is ahead of her. Then V. Then Jazz, 5th. Followed by Brenna, who has dropped to 4th, which means we have a new final tribal, slightly. With Patrick Shiring climbing up into 3rd. Shout out Patrick Shiring for not texting me back about podcast appearance in the future yet. But Pat is in 3rd. I've never called him Pat, so that's weird for me. Emily is in 2nd still, and Smith is in his 3rd week in a row in 1st. I don't know what's happening. This is ridiculous.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Right.
Yeah,
As Admiral Akbar, it's almost May the 4th. We're an hour and a half away from May the 4th. And Admiral Akbar is telling us it's a trap. Smith, I don't know if it's going to last.
I don't remember who he has on his team, but
neither do I. I was just
doing
I thought it was a
much
really
better than I am. All right,
I think he has
segue.
Aubrey and Joe.
All right, that's it. So let's go. Oh yes. I forget there's another slide.
Oh yes.
So let's go to your weekly awards. Cruising. So you're half the numbers. Have the numbers this week. And thank you, Kyla. I've now fixed the spreadsheet, but thank you for doing this. Kyla made the PowerPoint this week, everyone. I don't know how much of our transition is getting cut. So your top 3 tribes of the week were Drew, Pat Shiring, and Christina, which means your bottom of the tribe the worst 3 tribes of the week. Still me. Not a 0, though. So I'll take it. There's actually 5 tribes that scored 5 points, but I went with the 3 least consistent of those tribes. The ones who are all over the place felt more fitting to give them the honor, which includes me. So me, Anne, and Tristan all are at the bottom of the tribe. Bad week. Bad week. Again, Brianna and Kyla not eligible for this award.
Because we're so cool.
Yes, that is the reason. So I believe most consistent is next. Most consistent is not Christina this week. It is Emily E.
Christina dropped like a rock in consistency.
Well,
It went up a
Emily's
whole
is
point.
super.
Not a bad thing, because
It's
right,
still
it helped
number
her.
2.
Yeah,
I think Emily's is super impressive for being most consistent because she's in
correct.
second. So it's like
Yes.
you're
Right.
Yeah.
consistently good. Good
Yeah.
job, girl.
Yes.
That's why I'm right. Exactly. It's like Christina's dropped like a rock, but it actually helped her because she launched up the leaderboard. But
Yeah.
Emily's just proving, because I think it's like me, Christina, and someone else are all in like the threes now, and it's like, well, I'm sitting in the middle, so it's not really that good anymore. I need to be my consistency needs to go up, or the score needs to go up at least for me to make my move.
That's actually perfect that you're complaining about having a score in the point threes, because now we're going to talk about our least consistent.
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
Which
Always.
is Megan, who's in the point seven. So it could be worse, Mikey. I don't know, maybe point three is not so bad.
I'm gonna need to get a couple of 0.7s in the proper direction. Proper direction. In the positives, not the negatives, everyone.
All right. So I think what's next is the drops the most. So who are we taking the flint of this week? Kelsey.
The queen
despite
is
me
not
loving
queen.
the queen is not stayed queen in our league. Kelsey was in third at one point. She's dropped 7 spots. Is she's still in the top group though, right? She's still in the jury,
Yeah.
as we call it.
Yeah, her and Greg both dropped like rocks. She saved
dropped
them,
7 spots.
Yep.
Which means it's time for a hearty "That's how you do it" on Survivor.
Let's go! Let's go!
I thought you weren't going to click and just leave that hanging in the air. So Drew, Hardy, "That's how you do it" on Survivor, climbed 8 spots this week. A good showing from Drew.
Mm-hmm.
And that is your weekly awards. Which means it is time for Bree's Superlatives.
This is Bree empty battery superlatives.
This is Bree after 72 hours of moving boxes up and down 3
what
flights
I'm
of
hearing,
stairs.
Bree, is we're not gonna get everyone in the league does not get their own individual superlative this week, is what I'm hearing.
No, and I did message Megan about 25 minutes ago and said my eyes are closing actively right now.
Oh.
So that's just
Good
kind
thing.
of where we're at. But I do have one superlative, and it was already called out in the moves of the week. But my superlatives for Megan and Matt for being such good movers and being so helpful.
And Scott. Don't
And
forget your
Scott.
dad drove down from Massachusetts to help us.
Yeah.
And Scott, who was so committed to the move that he got under my desk at the other apartment to unscrew it when these people came to pick it up. And I was like, Dad, now you let these people take care of the desk. And he's like, I want to help. And he's under like screws are falling on his face while these people pick it up off the ground. And it was just a sight to see. I wish I could clip that in here, but it was something.
What a legend.
Love it.
What a legend. He's committed to the move.
And Sharon, a bonus shout out for sending a giant tray of mac and cheese that fed all of us for the last 2 days.
Oh, true.
Thank
it was
you,
so
Sharon.
good. All the helpers. Yes. Anyway, that's what you got today. Those are your moves of the week. Actually, that's not my part.
Honestly, say, first you're gonna tell me I played too hard on Survivor and I'm gonna get booted, and now you're gonna steal my segment after
What's Mikey's move of the week?
Bree's now most likely to wear someone's clothes they left behind at Tribal.
Bree's most likely to ask for my jacket after I get voted off.
All right, let's do confessionals and get out of here because this is taking way too long. Mikey, you go first.
My biggest confessional is I think that Suri and Ozzy have to go after each other at some point. And I know that the 5 of us have chatted about this, but there is no way that they both can get to final 3 and find they're going to cannibalize votes from one another. So they either have to go all 3 with Suri, Rizzo, and Ozzy, or one of them has to start cutting the cord soon because they're not going to get enough votes if they bring a Jonathan or a Joe with them.
She's gonna have to be careful. She could get idled out of her own top 3.
Also
Yeah.
true is she could happen. What season of hers did that happen on? She got idled out in like top
Game
6.
changers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
So
tough.
it could, it could happen to her again.
I have something off of Mikey's, and that can be my confessional.
Okay, well, I was
Bonus
gonna
tea
say you
time.
next anyway.
Okay, good. Bonus tea time, if you will, everyone. I also saw that Steph explicitly said in her exit interviews, she said after she and Suri were going back and forth, she looked at Suri and she said, "If you vote me out if you vote for me tonight, you're going home next." And she like kept saying it in the exit interviews, and so I've seen a lot of people speculating online that they think that Suri is going home next and that Aubrey is going to make a big move on it. And I keep seeing that. And I told Matt that the internet is ruining everything for me because I don't want that.
Ooh.
So I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but that's what I keep seeing. And I'll be sad if that is what happens because I love Suri and Ozzy together.
In Rizzo.
And Rizzo. Sorry, and Rizzo.
Everyone's afterthought. Kyla?
It's me next. I don't really have a ton of thoughts except Bree and I made a bet last week. I don't think either of us got the right answer on who was going to get the most points this week. So
No.
neither of us get a point. And I'm gonna bet on Christina next week. I think Christina's got she's got Rizzo, Ozzy, Tiffany. So that's my closing segment that I think
She has a
she's
team
gonna
built
get
by
the
me
most.
and Megan. Let's
Yes.
just call a spade a spade.
And
She has a
she's
team
gonna
built
get
by
the
me and
most
Megan.
points next episode.
I'm sticking with one of the Shy Rings. I'll just do a double or nothing on
There
one
you
of one of the Shy Rings.
Pick which one it matters. Pick which one it matters.
No, it's just kind of like a conjoined twin situation.
I'll allow it. I'll allow
They're
it.
identical, not conjoined.
I haven't
Bree,
known
go with
yet.
Ryan.
On Exile
Go with
Island,
Ryan. He has 3 people left. Go with Ryan. His whole tribe is still in it.
on Exile Island, we make up our own rules.
That's right. That's right. There's no. It's a lawless land.
Imperfect
And-
You know who's
information.
trying to make up his own rule? Pat Shiring asked me if he could pick someone up still this week.
Oh no!
Woof.
Oh no! Woof! All right. Speaking of a lawless land, here's my confessional. Is it cake Survivor version for the auction? You have yummy items that are like little desserts. So you either get a cupcake or it's like a cupcake filled with like fish eyes.
Boiled,
and
with
then
We
boiled
just woke
seafood
up,
summer.
everyone. This is amazing. You have such good ideas about the auction. I love
Yeah,
every
right,
idea
they
you
covered,
have.
like
That's
Oreo.
so
Is it an
sadistic.
Oreo or is it just like a piece
Or
of
is it
like
a boiled
car rubber?
turd?
That's so
That would
good.
be
My-
Or
imagine.
boiled turd.
This is what
Imagine
I'm
you're like
picking up.
Aubrey ready to be like, oh, this is good mac and cheese that I make with my kid. Like this is gonna be great, and it's just straight up like
Glue.
glue, literally glue. Oh,
That's
Love it.
Bree's ideas for improving Survivor. Make them eat glue.
No, but some people they get cake. And
Right,
that guy
right.
will come on from the Is It
Chaos!
Cake show and be like, all right, contestants, and it will spin
I
around
love
like
that your
celebrity.
big idea is just, is it cake?
that is a real comforter chaos, though, Brie. I would like that.
all
Oh,
I have to
instead
say.
of shot in the dark, they have to find out if they're safe or if this was cake.
That's right. There's so many possibilities.
Into it.
And when Jeff would like to call me, I'm available to talk.
Mhm. New executive producer alert.
That's great. All right. I don't have a confessional. I feel like this whole thing is my confessional every week. I feel like it's
When
just
do you
my
think-
excuse to talk about Survivor. So,
Do you
and
think Jonathan's
easily,
gonna
I don't
pull it
feel
off
like
this
anything-
week?
So here's what I'll leave with is the tease that they put out for the next episode. It appears as though I don't know if it's a reward or immunity challenge. It's really hard to tell. But I don't know if there's 1, 2, at least at some point they're doing that challenge where they have to stand on the triangle in the ocean.
Yes, sir.
The one where they all teased Q in 46 when they were doing the alphabet game and everyone pretended not to know how to do it. That challenge. I'm not in love with Jonathan's chances. I will say this. They also teased in the thing, they're like something unprecedented happens
They did, yes.
in the immunity challenge. I don't know if it's a medevac because I feel like when someone gets physically hurt, they don't bat around the bush. They're like, someone has a medevac or whatever, or like a medical emergency. So I don't know what they mean. My bet no one has said this online, although I haven't been online in 3 days because we've been moving, is I think they bring back the loved ones visit. Because why else would they already do letters from home so early?
Oh, that
I
would be
think you're
so
being kind.
good.
You think
That
I'm
would
being
be
I
so
think
kind?
good.
there's only 3 episodes left and there's 9 people. They got to start trimming the fat real quick.
They could
That's why
multiple
I
things could
think,
be true.
yeah, I mean, that's fair. Both can be
I
true.
just said they bring back
That
the
is true.
loved ones visit, and you were like, get rid of more people.
It just, if mathematically, you can't bring that many people to a final episode.
You cannot. You cannot.
No,
It would be too much.
when did I say it was only going to be one person going
No,
home? I just
right.
said I think they're bringing back the loved ones
I
visit.
think that the unprecedented thing is that more people are going home than, but you're right. They very well could be like, here are your loved ones, and you're actually going to spend more time with them because you're gone.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, in the past when there's a
Yeah.
medical evacuation, they don't beat around the bush.
No,
They're
you're
not
right. No,
like
no, you're right. They did.
someone like they're
Yeah.
always like something happens and they're injured. Like they
Yeah.
literally will say like when Kyle went out in the first
Yeah. The first
episode,
episode. Yeah.
the description was like
Hmm.
a surprise injury leaves the tribe wondering how to protect one of their
Mm-hmm.
own. Like
Agreed.
they don't cover it up well.
No,
So since they weren't as direct this week, I don't
that's
know.
fair.
But you are right. They have to start getting rid of a ton of people. So
Yeah.
this has been The League Has Spoken, episode 28. I got nothing else to say. Got nothing else for you. See you next time.
Woo!